They were born to fight, trained from infancy to endure pain, hunger, and fear. The Spartan warriors, men whose names echo through the corridors of history, rose from obscurity to dominate the Greek world. But behind the armor and the shields lay a story of ambition, brutality, and an eventual, shocking collapse. From the moment a Spartan child first cried in the cold halls of the agoge, their fate was decided. The state took them from their families, shaping them into disciplined, ruthless warriors, unmatched in courage and endurance. Every lesson, every punishment, every battle hardened their bodies and sharpened their minds. Sparta was not just a city, it was a crucible that forged men into weapons. By the 6th century BCE, Sparta had become the most feared military power in Greece. Its soldiers, renowned for their phalanx formations and unyielding courage, held dominance over lands and rival city-states. Wars with the neighboring Athens and Thebes were brutal, yet Sparta's disciplined armies carved victories that became legend. The Battle of Thermopylae, where King Leonidas and his 300th Spartans faced the overwhelming Persian horde, epitomized the Spartan ideal. Courage against impossible odds. But valor alone could not sustain an empire. Beneath the surface of glory was a society built on rigid control and harsh laws. Spartan women, freer than elsewhere in Greece, bore the responsibility of raising warriors, while the Helots, enslaved peoples, toiled endlessly, fueling the Spartan economy and providing the backbone for military campaigns. This social structure, though effective for decades, sowed the seeds of internal unrest. The first twist came quietly. Sparta's relentless focus on military might left its culture, economy, and diplomacy neglected. While Athens flourished in art, philosophy, and trade, Sparta remained a fortress, isolated and rigid. The young Spartans, bred only for war, lacked the adaptability necessary for survival in an evolving Greek world. External enemies began exploiting this weakness, and internal unrest simmered, threatening the stability of the state. At its zenith, Sparta's influence stretched across the Peloponnese, dictating the fates of allies and foes alike. Its armies struck fear into hearts across the Greek world. Yet with every victory, arrogance grew. Spartan leadership became increasingly conservative, resistant to change, and blind to the shifting tides of power. Their rigid adherence to tradition, once their greatest strength, became the seed of their downfall. The second twist emerged during the Peloponnesian War. Sparta's victory over Athens cemented its dominance, yet victory brought complacency. The empire they built on fear and discipline could not withstand the subtle corrosion of time and diplomacy. As Sparta attempted to impose its will over other city-states, rebellion and resistance festered. The Helots, ever present and oppressed, began small revolts. Sparta's reputation of invincibility slowly eroded. Eventually, Sparta's legendary warriors faced enemies who had learned their strategies, understood their weaknesses, and exploited them ruthlessly. The Battle of Leuctra in 371 BCE shattered the myth of Spartan invincibility. The Thebans, using innovative tactics, annihilated the Spartan army, killing hundreds of elite soldiers. Sparta's military supremacy, long assumed eternal, crumbled in a single, decisive blow. The fall of Sparta was not sudden but inevitable. Their society, designed to create soldiers, could not evolve. Isolation, rigid hierarchy, dependence on Helot labor, and obsession with military perfection created a brittle state. From the ashes of its dominance, Sparta became a shadow of its former self, a cautionary tale for all empires. Greatness achieved through force alone cannot endure without flexibility, innovation, and social cohesion. Yet, the legend of the Spartans survives. Statues, tales, and films immortalize their courage and discipline. The almost mythic sacrifice at Thermopylae remains etched in history. Their story is not just of triumph and defeat, but of the human obsession with power, glory, and the price paid for it. History remembers Sparta for the indomitable spirit of its warriors, a spirit that inspires awe, fear, and admiration. And so, the Spartan warriors remain a symbol, perfection in the art of war, yet fragile in the art of survival.